The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
It's a football Fridays. The Jets will take on the Dolphins on Sunday at MetLife. Let's break down the matchup, the latest news, and much more. Fireman Ed will be joining us. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Guys, we always say this, and it's always going to be pretty. I got one game ball.
Let's keep it going next week.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go. Here on a Friday, we're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We got a lot to talk about, Jet fans. We say hello for the first time in a couple of weeks to our guy, Fireman Ed, who joins us now. Ed, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Jets and the Dolphins, as you would say, on Sunday. And the Jets have won 3 of 5, so the vibes and the fan base are certainly a lot better than the last time you and I did a show together.
That's for sure. I think the last time we did show, I think we had just beaten Cincinnati. And
Has it been that long? Wow.
I think it was. Maybe it was Cleveland. Maybe we were 2 in a row. I'm not sure. But, yeah, all good. You know, I like the direction they're going in. I definitely like what I'm seeing. You know, you're never going to like everything. But overall, the key is, Jake, we talked about it. Are they going to play for him? Are they going to play for this guy? Are they going to buy in? Are they buying in? And you would have to say they're buying in. And remember, this isn't his guys. This is not his guys. You're going to see at least a 20% change in roster come the offseason. You're going to see him bring a lot of his guys in. And you got to like the draft choices. They're all getting a chance to play, which is big. And we'll see where it goes. I'm excited. I want to beat the Dolphins.
Oh, man. And look, this game Sunday, it's a opportunity to win a division game. It's an opportunity to do that for the first time under this coaching staff. And we know the Jets let the first one in the Jet-Dolphin rivalry this year get away from them in Miami on Monday night. So, look, the Dolphins have been playing a lot better as well. Both teams, since that crazy nightmare start they got off to, have been better of late. And the Jets have never beaten Tua. So not now, then when. The temperature is going to be cold. Tua has never won a game when it's sub 45 degrees. So it's going to be a cold one on Sunday. I feel like with the way the Jets are playing, it not now, then when for them to get it done against Miami.
Well, they got to hit them. You know, they got to hit them. You got to play Northeast football. Come in, set the tone, and beat them up. I mean, you know, blitz him and cause havoc. You know, they got to stop that kid. How do you say his name? Achan.
Achan.
You got to stop him. I mean, he's been playing well. He's been having a good year, real good year. That kid's a stud. So it all starts. Listen, the games always begin and end with running and stopping a run. You can't do it in the NFL. You can't win. Period. You can't. Look what the Cowboys last night. Guy ran wild on him. And, you know, once again. So, anyway, we'll see. Listen, I'm excited about the direction. You know, they got to get it right, Jake, with the quarterback position. Very disappointed with that Justin Fields. We couldn't get something out of him. Was really hoping, was pulling for that kid because he's a good kid, you know, and I was really hoping that we could get the best out of him. And obviously that's just not going to happen, unfortunately for him and for us. They took a shot and it didn't work out. So, but you got to move on. You got to, you know, now you're having an opportunity, at least Tyrod Taylor throws the ball down the field, and you got a chance to see this kid Mitchell and Michi, hold on to the ball, please. Please hold on to the ball. He was driving me nuts Sunday at the game, in the pouring rain, no less. Again, we're getting tortured. Freaking, it's unbelievable. Never
It
mind.
was pretty good at the beginning of the year, weather-wise, but the Browns
yeah.
game and now last week Atlanta, not good. It shouldn't rain Sunday, I don't believe. At least it'll be a little cold, but it shouldn't be too bad.
No, good. Thank God. There's nothing worse than the rain going down your neck. I mean, when it's cold, it's brutal. And I'm an old bastard, so it's even worse. For me, when I was young, I gave a rat's ass about anything. As you get older, it sets in. Try to let it not, but it does. So
there's no doubt. Now, what are your thoughts on the field layout for this game Sunday? The end zones that have the New York City skyline. They're going to be rocking the Rivalry uniforms in this one on Sunday. Ed, give us your breakdown on the home field layout for the Jets.
I do like it. It looks nice, huh? That's the first I'm seeing it, actually, Jake. Believe it or not, it must be in a little cocoon. I don't know. I didn't really. I've been busy getting work done on the house. It's a little crazy right now. Yeah, man, I love it. Love it. Really, really nice.
The end zone should be permanent.
Touch to it. I love the black. I love the black. I'm a big fan of black uniforms. I really like it. Look at my black right now. I got on my boy. What a guy he was. I just got this shirt yesterday in the mail. I said, I'm putting that bad boy on for Jake's show. Love Nick. What a guy.
That's great. The Jets are selling those T-shirts, and the funds are going towards different charitable causes that Nick Mangold supported. So they're awesome. I'm seeing the comments here. People say they should use those end zones all the time. I agree. Even if you want to have a green version of it, because that's the Jets' primary color. I like the idea of having the New York City skyline featured in the end zones here. I think it's really cool.
I really like it. It's a lot. It was first time seeing it. I love it. And I do agree with that. Why wouldn't you use that? That's different. Brings something special there to the stadium. Lord knows we need it.
Yep.
With that stadium. Between the surface, that's all you're hearing about, the surface. But they're changing the grass for the World Cup. They're doing that.
Yeah.
That they're doing. How about less concerts and more worried about our players and their health? How about that? But let's stay positive, Jake. Let's stay positive. We're 3 out of 5 right now. Let's go.
That's right.
3 out of 5. Let's make it 4 out of 6. Let's beat the Dolphins and all their fans coming in. The Dolphins and coming into MetLife. Well, we call it Jet Life.
Let's see if they can get it done. Now, I mentioned the Rivalry uniforms. We'll do a giveaway on a Football Friday. We'll give away a Jets Rivalry jersey. You pick the player you want it in. You want Garrett, you want Brees, you want JJ, you name it, we'll send it to you. You got to give the membership to the community or send in a super chat that qualifies. We'll count the $5 super chats today on a Football Friday. So $5 will get you 1 raffle ticket, 10 will get you 2, so on and so forth. And if you don't win, you're entered in the weekly raffle for a grand prize of a signed Broadway Joe Namath helmet, a signed late great Nick Mangold football, and a signed helmet by former Jets All-Pro linebacker C.J. Mosley. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk some Jets news, Ed. Justin Fields was added to the injury report yesterday with a knee injury. He was limited at practice. We'll see what his status is at the end of today. Did you see the quote from Justin Fields that they asked him about potentially being used as a Wildcat quarterback? And he wasn't in love with the idea because of the fear of coming in cold and having a soft tissue injury. I know that certainly rubbed me the wrong way for him to say that, and not, even if he doesn't mean it, say, I'm a team captain, this team paid me, I'm all about whatever helps the team win. But give us your thoughts on Fields now that he's been benched and just some of the aftermath of all that.
Well, I don't know if he's handling it the best way. A little surprised. But I think he's taken back by that. I don't know why he's taken back. He didn't perform well. He just didn't. Team captain, there's a lot going on there in that locker room that we have no idea of. And that's the one thing, being fans where, you hear all whispers and all of that stuff. But I mean, listen, when you're the team captain and you're on that team, you do anything you can to win the game. So if they want you to do that, that's what you do. You're getting paid a lot of money. All right. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be a NFL football player, and you get paid well for it. Don't pick and choose what a soft tissue injury. What are we talking about here? I mean, if that's the case, is that what he actually said?
Yeah, his quote was, he's not all about it, essentially, because of a soft tissue injury. Not that he has one, the fear of it. I almost wonder, too, all right, he's limited with a knee injury. Like, is this kind of like the soft launch to get Brady Cook as the active backup quarterback? And then if there's an injury to Tyrod, hey, you go to Cook for the last couple games here to get an evaluation on him.
Yes. And you know what? When you look back on what Aaron Glenn said a couple of weeks ago, he said, we had a plan for Brady Cook. If you heard him, we have a plan for Brady Cook. Well, this is probably part of the plan. We're going to give Justin Fields is going to might have a little bit issue with his knee. This way it doesn't embarrass him and make him be demoted to the third string, because remember, there's egos involved in this. And along with wanting to get picked up by somebody else next year, because he's not going to be on the team. So there's quite a bit of, as far as that goes. As far as are they going to play Brady Cook? I don't know if you're going to really see Brady Cook anytime soon, especially if Tyrod Taylor plays like he played last week. That's not going to happen, because they have other guys they got to evaluate, and they have a responsibility to the locker room. These guys don't want to hear that shit. These guys are, they got to build their resume as well, right? I mean, because there's going to be guys that aren't going to be here, and guys that are playing for contracts, and guys that are future contracts, and it goes on and on and on. It's not that clear cut. So I wouldn't think you're going to see Brady Cook. I do think that they're going to promote him to second string. Yes, I do think that. I think that's exactly what's being prepared right now. So, and then hearing the kid say what he said, I'm a little surprised he said that, because he doesn't come off as a negative me guy. He that's one thing I never felt with Justin Fields. But he's pissed off. But he did it to himself. He can't see the field. He doesn't throw the ball down the field. He had ample opportunities. The old 22 doesn't lie. Right? I mean,
it hasn't worked. Look, they tried it.
The film speaks for itself. Don't say Engstrand didn't, and the blocking ain't there, and come on, man. This, the offensive line has done a good job this year. And these skill position players, these kids that we brought in, seem like they're going to be steals. I mean, let's hope. Let's knock on wood. But boy, I tell you, Mitchell looks like a stud, honestly. And I mean, he's got all the traits. 6'3". I didn't realize he was 6'3". He's a big boy. He's a big boy, man. Run that with that speed. That's, there ain't a lot of guys in the NFL doing that. So you got to give Muji a little pat on the back for stealing that one from the Colts. Boy, that trade, as of right now, that trade looks pretty damn good. Let's see the Colts just keep losing.
That's right.
And losing.
And they missed the playoffs. That pick is automatically in the top 18.
Baby,
think about
come
that.
on, Daniel Jones. Show us what you can do, buddy. So,
man. Here's the quote, just so everyone could see it. It was in Rich Cimini's column he puts out every Sunday, news and notes around the Jets. Not a fan. Quote, Fields said there's been some discussion about him being used in a wildcat role, but he has, quote, mixed feelings about it. Going in cold, he said, creates the potential for a soft tissue injury. Like, come on, man. Even if this is true, don't say that. Don't say that if you're a captain.
You cannot, but you can't say that, period. Soft tissue injury. You do whatever it takes. Isn't it a team sport?
Yeah.
It's all about the team. So you can never say that, no matter what. I don't care what kind of situation you're in. Can't do it.
Nope.
So, that's that's not good. So, you know,
25 in the raffle for 5 with our
that
first
wild
super
card.
chat.
But he's not going to be. He won't be on the team next year. You know, they got to cut their losses. You know, I did hear you at some point talk about Tyrod Taylor being the backup, which I don't have a problem with them bringing Tyrod Taylor back for. We draft the kid. I'm all for that. I think Tyrod's the ultimate pro. He's the ultimate veteran presence. Wonderful disposition, wonderful personality, great team guy. Has been around the block a million times. I mean, what better than have him tutor a kid in you know, and bring another veteran in, like you said. I heard you say that. Bring in a second veteran. I agree with that. Totally.
Let's do what the Giants did. That's the one thing they got right this year. They had Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and they, so they gave themselves some options, and then they made the move for their quarterback and got Dart. I want to do something similar. Bring Tyrod back. Everyone loves him. We know he's a pro. And then you could sign a Gardner Minshew or Jimmy Garoppolo or Carson Wentz. The options aren't great, but you bring someone else in. And to me, Ed, this ends with them drafting their quarterback anyway. I know there's some saying, wait till 27, or they might not do it. I truly believe when they made those deals on the day of the deadline to get all these picks, it was because they were going to get their quarterback. And I think they told Woody that their plan is to use this trade to get the quarterback, because we know Woody Johnson wants nothing more than to finally have a young franchise QB. He's obsessed with it. So, like, this to me is the opportunity to do it.
Listen, Jake, here's what you got to hope for. All right? Because we're going to win more games. What you got to hope for is that it stays where Tennessee is the number 1 pick.
Yep.
Okay? Because the Jets are going to go up and get that number 1 pick, in my opinion. If they love one of these kids, all right, and we don't know which one they love, but if they really are, they did exactly what you said. We loaded up. We are loaded. Nobody's going to be able to go up there like we are, because you have the assets to do it. So, yeah, I could absolutely see them going up there and they'll do it early. They'll do it. If they love one of the kids, they'll do it early. They won't wait. They'll look to get up there and see what they can do. You know?
We've seen teams do that where they just they just get up there and then figure out the rest. But
once you're committed, once you know that you love that kid, whoever the kid is.
Yeah. If you've determined, hey, this is our guy pretty early in the process, you're not messing around. You get up there and you secure your guy. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where they end up, right? Because if you're the Jets, well, you want to win games. The other side of the argument is, hey, the further down you are, the more it costs to potentially move up. And the less that you have to give up, the more you then have to surround that young quarterback with a better team around him. So there's that fine line. But I'm with you, Ed. I think they're going to win at least another game. You know, I think they could win Sunday. I think that game in New Orleans is winnable. Mm-hmm. But, they're going to be in position, I think, ultimately, to get one of these quarterbacks. Even if it's not to number 1, I think we're going to see 3 top 10 level quarterbacks, whether it's Mendoza or Simpson, and I do believe the Oregon quarterback, Dante Moore, is going to come out when he's projected to be a top 5 pick by everyone. So they'll get someone. It's just a matter of what it would potentially cost to move up. But I'm telling you, when they made those deals, it was with the understanding to the owner, we're going to make these deals to better position ourselves to get a quarterback.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. We've been, how many times we talk to a blue in the face that we're just looking to get the right guy in here that can evaluate talent. And as of right now, and it's early on, right? It's early, but you have to love what Muji and Aaron Glenn are doing right now with the way they're of assessed talent. All right. They've gotten diamonds in the rough there between trades and picking guys up. We can go on Briggs and friggin' Harrison Phillips and Michi and Mitchell. Listen, and the draft choices. They got these kids playing. What do we got? Four out of the 4 of our draft picks are playing all the time. I mean, you got Malachi Moore and the kid, the corner, right, from Florida State. It's
Yep.
playing like crazy. You got obviously my favorite is Mason Taylor. I love him. I think he's going to be a stud. You know, I mean, obviously Membo is ridiculous. We should have him as rookie of the year, bro.
This is my latest jersey, Ed. We're ready.
Nice.
We're ready. We got the Mason Taylor jersey.
Yes,
Just came in this week.
sir.
We're ready. Brand
Yes,
new.
sir.
I'll be rocking
Yes,
it
sir.
Sunday against the Dolphins. A little troll action.
Are you going? Are you going to be there?
No, you know what?
Oh, you got to work, right?
Yeah, you know what's interesting though? The Knicks play a noon game, and so because we're the home of the Knicks on ESPN Radio, I get off at 11:30 instead of 12. So I could make it. So we'll see. Maybe I could be convinced. I don't have a ticket or anything yet, so we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah. You know, listen, you got to hope that their evaluation of talent. I do love. I'll tell you, Parcells was right when he told Aaron Glenn, "You start out as a scout." And you work your way up. Well, that scouting, let's hope that scouting and that whole plan, you know, years and years ago before he became a Jet, you hope that that's the case, and that we found our head coach. We're still praying. We're hoping. We're hoping that he's learning on the job, that he's going to make right decisions. Right? We're not going to always agree with everything he does. Obviously, I've said something. You've said things with him because we're fans and we want the best, right? We want the best.
Yeah, people confuse this all the time, Ed. You could be critical of the team you root for, and it doesn't make you less of a fan, right? Like you got to call it how it is. But like we're critical because we care and we love them. Like we all obviously want Aaron Glenn to be the guy, and it was rough the first 7 games. We could be honest. They were historically bad by any standard you want to look at. And they've been better of late. So he gets credit for that. Like when you do well, you get credit. It's not that complicated.
Well, and you know what? You got to build something. So it takes time, right? So, you know, you just always want to see the fruits of your labor, right? I mean, you can't just keep getting beaten down. I mean, the team has to have some winning culture eventually breed itself. And fortunately for us, and let's hope that it continues, although you'll have the people that, you know, hey, why are we winning? You know, well, there's a reason why you win it. You're trying to set a tone in this, you know, in this whole system that he's running. I mean, he can't. How is he going to get to these guys if he's 0-13?
All right.
I mean, you know, they're not buying in on that shit. I mean, just use your brain. Like, you're not going to buy in on something that you're not changing anything. And in the last 5 weeks, you cannot say that. You can't. You got to see it. Listen, they're showing signs, right? I mean, that's special teams. Forget about it. I mean, listen, how wrong was I? Morstadt. I love Tommy Morstadt. My guy. That was my guy. But this guy, I mean, come on. This kid is a stud. McNamara. Let's hope this continues. And it you know, it's not a flash in the pan. But this kid just got player of the month, right? NFL special teams player of the month. Look at his statistics. You know, the kid is, and they love him in the locker room. Love the kid. You know, he's just a punter. He's a big boy punter. So, you know, exciting. A lot of the different things that they're doing, you got to be excited about. You really do. You know, knock on wood, the offensive line been staying together, right? Now, I mean, you know, with 3-9, they're still together, still playing together. I like that. Really like that.
There's pieces here. There's pieces here.
Would you? Yeah, there's definitely pieces here. There's no question about it. And anybody with a half a brain sees that, you know. Got to get the quarterback position right. Got to get it right. But Jake, I'll tell you what, if they draft the quarterback, which I believe they will, Jake, I wouldn't start him right away.
No.
I don't give a shit who he is. I don't care which play he is. I don't care how good he plays in the preseason, the whole bullshit. I would not do it. I wouldn't do it. And I'm not saying that you don't play him all year. I'm just saying I would sure as hell let him sit for a while. Let him look at the game, you know, long as you put the right people in front of him and groom the kid. Give him a chance. You know, don't pull that shit with like they did with Sanchez and Zach and Sammy. You know.
Even Gino played right away because Rex put Sanchez back in the preseason game.
I mean, I would sit him a little bit, you know. This kid from the Giants is a good player, but man, he's going to kill himself. And, Troy Aikman said something about him the other day on that broadcast that I thought was so accurate. He says, I don't know how much you're going to change him. You can change him a certain amount. That's the way he plays. He plays that way. He plays rugged. He plays tough. It's part of his DNA. I think you can be smarter as far as get out of bounds. I mean, there's things that are obvious. But I do think the kid puts himself in harm's way.
Well, when he learns, when he unfortunately takes that one hit, that changes him. See Carson Wentz, see a bunch of these guys that got hit and completely became different players after all the injuries. So you hope that's not why he figures it out. But if he doesn't, if they can't get through to him, if he doesn't want to change, then that's how eventually it could change and he'll miss time in the process of all that.
Well, he is. The RPO is a detriment in my book. I mean, first off, the NFL should change that whole rule, and it will change a lot of the game. When the guy, it's one thing when they come out of the pocket and they ad lib and then they slide. Okay, that's protect them. But when they come out of center and they become a running back, when they fake the handoff and they become a running back, they should be able to get smashed and not be able to slide. That's bullshit. You shouldn't be able to slide when you do that. That should be a rule change in itself, honestly, because you can't have it both ways. That's just you cannot have it both ways. How the fuck is that possible that you have it both ways? Oh, now I'm going to slide. But the running back gets his ass whipped.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? Like, there is I don't understand that. So, and then you got Josh Allen, who's faking things. I mean, these guys are, this is why he got smashed. Doc got smashed in the sideline because of guys like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, taking their time to get out of bounds.
Well, they try and bait the defender into giving the late
defender.
Hit. Yeah,
hit him as soon as you can, and they talked to Vrabel about it, and Vrabel said we teach that. If they don't get out of bounds quickly, boom, you hit them. Hit them as hard as you can.
Well, because we've seen the NFL call out Allen and Mahomes for basically ruining it for everyone else with their antics trying to bait the late hit. It's ridiculous. So I'm with you. A couple more minutes left with Fireman Ed in his weekly Friday spot. Jets are a 3-point underdog on FanDuel Sportsbook against the Dolphins on Sunday. Again, Tua has never lost to the Jets. The Jets, of course, have never beat Tua. But the Miami Dolphins in the cold weather are brutal, and the temperature should be sub 40 degrees, meaning that if there was ever a time for the Jets to get it done, Ed, it's now. Tua leads the NFL in interceptions. Do the Jets finally get their first interception of the season on Sunday?
I'd love to see that. Love to see the interception. I'd actually like to see Brandon Stevens get it. He's played well.
He definitely has.
We kicked his ass early on. We were like, what kind of signing was that? Well, we got to eat some crow here. And, I'd like to see that kid get the first interception. He deserves it. He deserves it. So
it's amazing they don't have one yet, considering their head coach was one of the best corners in the history of the Jet franchise, who was known for picking off the ball.
Yeah, well, it ain't his fault. If he was in there, he'd have a pick. He'd have a pick six. So, but they got to put more pressure on the quarterback. They're not pressuring the quarterback. I'm a little disappointed in our two DNs. They're not as consistent as I expected, and I guess it has something to do with Quinnen not being there. But I was expecting a little more out of Jermaine and Will.
Jermaine, I'll give a pass from the standpoint that he is coming off the major Achilles injury. McDonald, I like, but it's just he's too hot and cold. Edge is a big need for this defense going into next year. They need another edge to that rotation. And there's a guy out there, I don't know, something tells me he'd be a good Jet. John Franklin Myers is a free agent. I would target him in free agency and bring him back.
Didn't we have him as a Jet?
It's interesting. I Googled his name. There's all these pictures of him already in a Jet uniform. So, I mean, the Photoshoppers are really ahead of this stuff.
I remember him crying when he got that contract from us. Remember? He was a good kid. Good kid. I don't know what made them think to get rid of him. That Didn't make any sense to me. He was playing best of his career, and he's still playing really well. So, but don't be so sure that the Broncos ain't going to sign him.
They might. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
look, the Jets have a ton of cap. I'd overpay
Yeah.
for someone like that because we know he's a high character guy too.
It is. He's a high character guy. I'll tell you who played a good game the other day was Clemens. Clemens actually played well the other night. That was his first game. I actually told him. I actually yelled to him because me and him have had some not so nice things. And I yelled at him and he looked over at me. What? And I said, way to play. You're playing a real good game. And he goes, thanks. And he is. Maybe he's getting some discipline from Glenn, Maybe
well, if he's your fourth or fifth edge, I mean, you could live with it. When he was playing every snap, it's like you get exposed.
No, exactly. Exactly. But, hey, some guys need, real coaching, and that's, he's in the NFL for a reason. Right? He's in the NFL for a reason. So they see something in him. Hopefully they can get more out of him. We'll see. But I do like what I see, Jake. We're going to see. Let's hope. Let's hope. That's all we can do. I had the when we say we hate the team, we loved when you said, we bash the team. The kid, what's his name? Winston, the kid that I hate this team. Remember the kid that went viral?
Yeah.
I got a couple of his shirts this week. So I wore some of his shirts. He's a great kid. Oh, what a nice kid that kid is. That's what that came from? The mouth of babes. What he said was just exactly how you feel.
Well, it's funny, Ed.
He was so innocent about saying it,
He was wearing the Quinnen jersey in that video, and now Quinnen's not even on the team anymore, which is just crazy.
Well, yeah. But he said it, and I said to him when I actually got to reach out, and I said, you just said what everybody feels. You hate the team because you love them so much. That's why you hate them. So it is what it is.
Ed, last one. You ready for this? Today is the 25th anniversary of the Monday Night Miracle. So it is fitting that the Jets are playing Miami this week, and there'll be some key members of that 2000 team that will be honorary captains for this one. You were in the building the entire night. You and I actually were both interviewed for the Monday Night Miracle doc that's coming out next year.
You're in that too, Jake?
I am. I was actually after you.
Vice.
Yeah,
right?
Vice is doing the doc on it. So
I was in there a long time, man. I did a lot of footage. Did you do a lot of footage?
It was like a 2-hour interview.
Yeah, man. I don't know how much they're gonna show, but we did a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I just said to them, I said, I never left. Me and my brother never left. We seen all our boys leave, and back in the day, that was before 9/11. You go out, you come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't happening. I mean, after 9/11, that went out the window, along with the coolers, by the way, because we used to bring the jugs in.
I love that.
Have a little cocktail.
I love that.
And we had it timed. We had it timed where come fourth quarter, my brother and we used to fight over it because we started with a 5-gallon, then we had to go to a 10-gallon. Because we started getting popular and we were handing out drinks, and me and him would fight with one another going, what are you doing? We're not going to have anything left. What if they go to overtime?
What a night.
That was the old days, Jake. That was the old days. But we were there. We were there in the Miracle in the Meadowlands, and Jason Taylor was singing to, he said to Zach Thomas, he says, I can't wait for that guy to fall off his brother's shoulders. Or to fall off that guy's shoulders. That's all footage. It's all on there. That's when I was fighting with Jason. I wound up being friends with Jason when he signed with us, and met his mom. Great family. Oh, best. And now we have his son. I love it. Love it. The Taylors are good people. Jason was a competitor. I mean, that's what we are. Yeah. I used to fight with him all the time. I fight with him all the time. All the time. He'd give me the finger, the whole bit.
Yeah.
He'd come out of the stadium. Fuck you. I go, we're going to beat your ass today again. You get smacked around again.
Look, that's the Jet Dolphin rivalry in a nutshell.
It is.
There. That's
it is. I would say for us, it's the biggest rivalry through the years.
Historically, yeah.
Yes,
I think the team I hate the most is still the Patriots because,
because
I
of all
grew
the
up
rings.
in that.
Well,
Brady
you
Belichick
grew up
dynamic.
in all of that, but I didn't. I grew up with the Dolphins.
Yep.
You know, I was at the '82 Mud Bowl. You know,
yeah.
When they were saying I was a Dolphin fan back in the '70s, you know, these idiots. So, but the Mud Bowl, I was at the Mud Bowl in '82. I was there. So with my boys,
AJ Dewey.
I was a raving maniac. I was 23 years old, 22 or 23 years old, and we were there for the week. We stayed in Fort Lauderdale, and we partied. It rained every single day. It rained. And that was before, the whole deal with the Mud Bowl and and the top being on the field. I was Don Shula. He was the head of the rules committee. What a bunch of bullshit. I mean, and he screwed us. He screwed us good, But, it goes way back. Marino, the whole bit, so it'll be interesting. That's why I always call them the Dolphins. They don't like that. You're a Dolphin. They don't like
Let's squish the fish, Ed. Enjoy the game Sunday. Let's get another win.
All right, my brother. All the best. Go Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fireman Ed.
Who wanna fly with them Jets?
Good stuff from Ed. We got some super chats to get caught up on, like this one from Mimosa, who checks in, and she says, Jake, I'm going to the game Sunday. You should go. I'd love to see you. Go Jets. Mimosa with a huge super chat. I guess they're letting you back into MetLife after that brawl with that a-hole Cowboys fan, Mimosa. That's good. I hope you don't get into any brawls this Sunday and you see a win this time. I'm glad that you're making it. The weather's cold, but shouldn't be too bad. I'm thinking about it, Mimosa. It's just tough. I'm working till 11:30, and I like the tailgate, which typically is the best part of going to these games. But we'll see. Maybe I could be convinced. Maybe. Then I would have to start the post-game show an hour and a half after the game, which is a pain. But I'm on the fence. Perhaps I could be convinced.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
We do have a bunch of listeners going to the game, so connect in the Discord, Mimosa. I know Nate, Jay Graves, Jay Quest. I know they're all going, so make sure you check in with them if you're looking for a spot to tailgate. All right. This one is from Boss Girl. She's been a channel member for 10 months. Yeah. I want competitive losses to not trade picks. Then I hear Bart Scott speak, and I want to put pads on and run through a wall to win. Wish he would coach. Yeah, look, if Bart wanted to do it, I think he'd be an excellent coach. I don't think he wants to do it. Right? Coaching is a lot of hours. Bart made a lot of money in his playing career. He's making good money on radio and TV right now. I think the only way Bart would become a coach for the Jets is if Rex was rehired, because that's his guy. If Rex said, Bart, I need you, I think, Bart would quit his job in a second and do it. But that'd be the only way. Matt L. checking in. He's in our raffle. Let's go, Matt. Fool me once, shame on you, Fields. Fool me twice, shame on me, Jets. He is a captain that has given up. He has 30 million reasons to pull up blame. What a smack in the face to the entire locker room and fan base. Look, it hasn't gone well. I think we hopefully see Brady Cook as the number 2 quarterback Sunday. And this kind of opens the door now for when unfortunately, that inevitable injury to Tyrod happens. If it does, Brady Cook is the guy who starts a couple games here. Do I think Brady Cook's our answer long-term? No, but what's the point of going back to Justin Fields, right? It doesn't do anything. If we're going to lose, I'd rather lose with Brady Cook getting reps than lose with Fields. Oh, but Jake, what if it clicks for him? Are we still pretending like it's going to here? Really? Like, give me Brady Cook if that opportunity happens. Gator checks in. Do Jet fans live in a bubble, perhaps overrating their players? Do we have close to enough talented players to be a top 10 team? Who's the quarterback, right? That's your answer, Gator. Who's the quarterback? If they get really good quarterback play, you could be a top 10 team even if you don't have a top 10 roster. We've seen that countless times in NFL history. I think they have the infrastructure in place on offense where if they got good quarterback play, they're in the hunt next year assuming that Aaron Glenn continues to show real improvement as a head coach, which I get it. It's a question mark. There's still some people that think he's terrible. I think he's gotten better. I'm still not sold he's our guy. I don't think it's unfair to feel that way. I think Muji's really extinguished himself this year with the trades in season and shown a good feel for talent evaluation. The first draft class that Glenn and Muji are a part of looks pretty good. Like, I think there's some things to be encouraged about. Do they have a top 10 team or talent to be a top 10 team? It comes down to the quarterback position. It really does. Right? The Commanders went from second pick in the draft to the NFC Championship game a year ago. Why? Jane Daniels. Right? They had other things too, but it starts with the quarterback. CJ Stroud and the Texans. Quarterback. Remember, they went from worst in the league, right? Second pick in the draft to back-to-back years. They won playoff games. We'll see what happens Sunday. That game against them and the Chiefs is fascinating. But point is, like, you got to get the quarterback situation figured out. It's coaching quarterback. I think they have the infrastructure in place for a rookie to come in here and have a chance to succeed if that guy is the guy. Right? But you could give Zach Wilson like the 2007 Patriots roster. I don't think he was going to ever be good. I just don't think he's good. But we will see. Bang Mateo with his usual nonsense. This Miami game is a must-lose situation for us. We need to gain ground on draft position. Bang, you come in here every day, write the same version of the same comment 80 different times. We know you're rooting for them to lose. We understand that's your take. Great. You also will never call in and never argue any of your points. It's the same thing every day. Every day. We know you want them to lose. Great. Guess what? How you root has no impact on things. It doesn't matter. Maybe you should root for them to win so that maybe they lose. Why don't we try that? Beastbreaker writes in, now I need the bathroom. Fruit Loops for breakfast. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Beastbreaker had Fruit Loops for breakfast. For more on this situation, we go right to the source.
I just had chicken. Chicken. You know what I'm doing? Getting ready for this afternoon because you know where we're going? We're going bowling.
Going bowling? Who are you going bowling with?
Just me.
You're going bowling solo?
Hey, why not?
All right.
And I did not notice this. Little Woody Woodpecker for everybody who don't remember the great Woody Woodpecker. Yeah, I did not notice this until I went to my front door and went, wait, what the hell? And then I noticed something too in the mail. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, somebody sent the pimp the wake-up call of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me just say this. In the great words of the great Booker T, now I can dig that. I can dig it.
A simple thank you would work as well. That's fine.
Hey, brother. Hey, you're family. And you know why? Family is family. And let me just say this.
Merry Christmas, Beast.
You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do to those Dolphins? Hey, to everybody, let's say it all together. We gonna baptize those Dolphins, and we're gonna baptize them with a little spice.
Oh shit. For those who weren't following that incoherentness from Beast, I sent him as a Christmas gift a Jet t-shirt and that Jet windbreaker or a hoodie type thing. So Beast, enjoy. Merry Christmas. Thanks for all the laughs over the last year. He's going, Beast, you bowling with the bumpers up or down, by the way?
We're not using that stuff. We're using the real man stuff. We're using I use a 14-ounce ball, and I can throw some real heat. Nobody gives a shit.
All right. Comments, questions, super chats. Nate win in the raffle with this one. We're counting the $5 super chats for one today. My ideal situation is to see Cook would be down 3 touchdowns in Buffalo in the second half. Otherwise, I want to see Tyrod with their young O linemen and weapons. I think that's fair, Nate. I think it just depends on, does Tyrod keep playing competently / does he stay healthy? For instance, if Tyrod gets hurt, which again, every time he plays, you get concerned about it. Even this past game, right? He took a big hit and he's like wincing, and you're like, uh-oh. The game against the Ravens, he took a hit where it looked like he was going to be out. His history is he cannot consistently stay healthy when he's been given the chance to start. Really, the last 7 or 8 years, if you go back and look. Some of those injuries we know have happened against the Jets. I was at the game 2 years ago when Tommy DeVito came in because Tyrod Taylor got hurt in the first quarter of that one. The ugliest game ever. You know, if the Jets lose a bunch here and then, like, we get to the last game, I'd start Brady Cook in that game, though. I wouldn't even wait if I'm down 3 touchdowns against the Bills. Like, at that point, like, a win does nothing for me. So I would potentially go to Cook earlier than that, but I think they're going to stick with Tyrod for as long as he's playing competently and he stays healthy. Jay says, did Beast get that shirt from USPS? See, I sent it via USPS, so I was a little concerned with Beast going at it with the mailroom or the mail service in this nation that it wasn't going to arrive. But thankfully, after the U.S. Postal Service did an investigation, Beast mail has safely arrived. Now, many are saying that the customer service lady that Beast spoke to is an American hero. And I would say not only that, but she's actually a saint. The patience that she showed on the phone with Beast was absolutely remarkable. Beast, you do realize that, correct?
Correct. Say, Mundo, ding.
Beast, anything you want to say to your unlicensed therapist?
I'm on the phone trying to get a hold of USPS. They lost some of my mail.
Oh, shit.
Ask to speak with an American.
Does anybody want some okie dokies?
No.
I didn't get that. Please listen to the options and choose the one closest.
Daily Mail.
Sorry.
I said I'd like to speak to an agent, please.
632, is that correct?
See?
Sorry, I did not get that.
I said yes.
Sorry, I did not get that. Street West. Thank you for taking the survey. This will be a brief 5-question survey to gain feedback on your automated experience. Please listen. Please tell us how satisfied you were.
It's been lacking, and you're lying to me and making me look like I'm an idiot.
How likely are you to recommend the USPS, with 0 being not at all likely and 10 being extremely likely?
So far, we're looking at it 2 because right now it's very lacative. It's very unappreciative.
How would you rate the ease of use of the automated system?
I'm going to say 1 because lately you've been very slow. You're very out of touch, and you guys ain't doing a great job. You're doing a lazy, piss poor job, and it's not that good. Lazy, lacative.
I apologize.
I want to speak to an agent now.
Ask for Spanish. They'll give you Spanish number to speak both languages.
This is like talking to a machine on drugs.
I know. This is what a failed state looks like.
This is why I can't stand
deliver
like
the packages to where they're supposed to go. They can't do it.
Goddamn lazy.
This is what managed decline looks like. This is a failed state. You guys think that they blasted someone onto the moon, but they can't deliver a package.
I'd like to speak to an agent, please. Now. I said now.
Ask for Spanish.
El por favor. They just hung up on me, sons of bitches. It's because everything is, AI, artificial intelligence. Where's of the mail that I'm supposed to have delivered to me? Are you trying to hide something from me, or are you just trying to, take off with it?
Well, I don't know who you are referring to.
There's going to be some consequences. Do the job, or if you can't do your job, get out.
So who's lying to you, sir?
Why do you guys do this? Even computers are even complicated for me nowadays. Even when you try to do a background on your computer, you can't even do that anymore. Where is my mail? And I want to know why it's not being delivered.
And I'm telling you, I don't know why it's not being delivered.
Well, you better look into it fast because I'm not playing games anymore. Why are you all holding my mail hostage?
Mr. Jason, can you just calm down for 1 second, please?
I don't like when people bullshit me.
It can take a couple of days for it to come through. It says arriving soon.
Are we almost done here?
Almost.
Good.
Just give me to get all of this information put in. So I have that service request put in. They will do an investigation to look into it, okay?
All right. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Is there anything else
No, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you.
And I want to thank you for calling the United States Postal Service. You have a wonderful day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
It sounds like they're trying to make an example out of your mail. They're coming after you specifically.
Beast, you okay, buddy? I'm worried about you.
I'm on the air right now. Yeah, I'm on the air. Jesus.
Thick provolone and the mozzarella. They have it shredded over.
I'm on the air. You're being annoying.
You're always on the air, Jay.
Is he looking for the condiments on his?
Who was that, Beast?
Don't worry about it. I got a headache right now from
They
yelling.
were like, you're always on the air.
Listen.
They're too busy with their finger up their ass. And maybe Friday I can go bowling.
What a moment.
Okie dokies.
What a time to be alive. Unbelievable. What a week this has been, man. What a week. We had that on Monday. I mean, every show has had something crazy. The Gorman stuff this week. You had Briga and Gary renew their rivalry. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're going to get to your calls coming up shortly here. Super chat from Mike Perez, who joins the raffle for 2. We're going to raffle away, for those just tuning in, a Jets rivalry week jersey. So that's pretty cool. All right. You pick the player you wanted in among the options that I have available, and we'll order it for you. Mike's in the raffle for 2 with this. Jake, I missed your second show last night. I heard Charles is giving lap dances for cash or Bitcoins. Unconfirmed rumors. He denies it. There's been a lot of speculation on where Gorman got all this money from as he was gifting memberships galore yesterday. Nobody seems to know. Nobody seems to know. Real quick, non-NFL news, but college football news that I think is pertinent. Matt Miller, one of ESPN's top draft guys. We went through his mock when he had the Jets trading up for Mendoza in his first mock about 2 weeks ago. He released his top 50 players on his big board as of now on ESPN.com. And if you go through his big board here, right, the thing you should notice is you see back-to-back Buckeyes at 2 and 3. The first quarterback listed is Fernando Mendoza at 5. The second quarterback listed is Dante Moore at 6. Again, if Dante Moore is considered by anyone who evaluates draft prospects a top 6 player, I believe he declares. I believe he declares. He has a chance to be the number 1 pick in the draft. He really does. Because I understand we like Mendoza right now. The process will change a lot. The draft order will change a lot. Teams will like certain quarterbacks. And if he has a chance to come out this year and be the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick, you think you think Dante Moore is turning down almost $50 million in guarantees? Cam Ward signed a 4-year, fully guaranteed rookie contract for $48.7 million. It goes up every year because the cap goes up. So the CBA, right, it's based on a percentage of the NFL's yearly income, and then a percentage of that goes towards the cap. And that's why the cap always goes up slightly. There's an increase. The NFL prints money. Dante Moore, I believe, will declare, and even if you don't like Dante Moore, even if you're a Mendoza person, you like Ty Simpson, the more quarterbacks that are available, the better. Give the Jets optionality. Give teams that also need quarterbacks optionality. So there's less of a demand to just have to get up to number 1 and give up more. So Moore, pun intended, he's properly ranked here by Miller at number 6. And if you scroll down, Ty Simpson is at number 11. So, quarterback class, wait till next year. There are 3 guys in the top 11 in his top 50. The Jets will end up with one of them. We don't know who, but I'd be stunned if the Jets aren't taking one of these quarterbacks. I'll continue to say it. So I think Moore declares. I think Allen will be wrong about that. What else is new? And we will have an opportunity for him, Mendoza, or Ty Simpson, depending on, what the Jets specifically want to do.
That guy fucked me twice.
Sicko. All right, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's get to your calls now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Burkinator is first up on the show this morning. Hello, Burkinator.
What's up, Jake? It's been a little while. How you doing?
What's up, dude? Hope all is well.
All is good. How about you? How was your Thanksgiving?
Not bad. It was, pretty uneventful. I had to work both Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so I was up early.
Yeah, same for me. Actually, I had Thanksgiving dinner with my family, and the same night I had to drive 5 hours to another city to go work. So it was fun until that moment, but I'm glad you're doing well. About the Jets, I'm happy with the improvement so far. A couple of things I will hit though. One, they got to get better pass rush somehow, some way. A lot of that I think has to do with Steve Wilkes' scheme. I don't know what your take is on that. I just don't think that type of defense he runs allows his guys to get home as much. I really do believe Steve Wilkes has to go after this year. I just don't think he's got enough, juice and enough flavor in his scheming with defense, and he's just too vanilla. That's one of my takes. My second take, someone I talked to, another Jet fan friend of mine, was talking. He's actually, I hate to say he's right about this, and I don't wish anyone to ever get hurt. If Braylon Allen didn't get hurt this year, we wouldn't have seen much of a workload from Breece Hall that we got this year. He was already on the trade block, or at least talks about getting traded this year. The fact that Braylon Allen got hurt and increased Breece's workload, and again, I don't know if you agree with me on this, showed what he really can do and how special he is as far as building an offense around them. They really, really got to extend him this year. I mean, that's a big, somehow, some way, extend him, get him on contract. If you're going to get a rookie quarterback, he's a great outlet to have to build an offense around. I really think you got to extend the guy. I don't see why you shouldn't after what he's done on the field. I hope Braylon Allen comes back healthy. We can get that three-headed monster again in there. But I really do think you got to sign Breece Hall for sure.
I agree with you. And I do think they will, based on what they have said about him, what the head coach specifically has said about him, how Breece has handled himself since that Bengals game. I think they're going to pay him. I do. And look, they could easily say to Breece, look, here's the contract offer. If you don't take this, we're just going to use the tag on you. So we could either do this where you're getting an extra year of guaranteed security and you're happy about that, or if you don't want to be here, we're not just going to let you go. We're going to tag you and you will be here. So I think there's been a conscious effort really by both sides here to, see the bigger picture beyond this lost year. And Breece is playing really well. And they're, what are they, 18-5 is the stat when he scores a touchdown in this Jet career. So
pretty insane. Yeah.
He's a really good player. Is he McCaffrey? Is he Derrick Henry? Is he, as good as like Jahmyr Gibbs? No, but he's a really good player. And he helps you, especially if you're going to have a rookie quarterback next year. He helps you have talent, and they need as much talent around that young guy as possible. So I'm with you, man. I think it's a priority, and I do think they will sign him.
I agree. My last take I'll say here, now that we got a competent quarterback who could actually read a defense somewhat in the game, I'd like to see Tanner Angstrom open it up a little more and try to, get guys downfield more, schemed open more. I feel like you've been week by week, there's been a little more juice in the offense. It's been improving a little more. You kind of can see how our offensive line is becoming elite, how they can protect with a real competent quarterback who can actually get rid of the football, go through his progressions, hit checkdowns, and just want to see him a little bit more. Some of his play calling during a couple of those games were questionable, like some of those sideways plays, some of those reverse plays. I'm tired of watching that. I mean, let's go straight north-south. Let's hit some play action, quick slants. Let's keep those, keep ahead of the sticks. One thing the Jets do a lot of times that kills drives, they get behind the sticks, and they're not the type of team that can air it out and get ahead of the sticks. So if you can get 5 yards a pop, 7 yards a pop, get those quick plays going, extend drives, milk the clock, get your offense to score. That's how I think we're going to win games. That was the recipe going into this year with Justin Fields using his legs. They didn't expedite that the way they were supposed to, but I feel like now we're starting to see what the thing should have been. This team could easily have been a 500 team this year. I mean, they really could have. I'm not saying that as a stupid fan. I'm a pretty logical fan. I really think this team is not as bad as their record is. And that's what the frustrating part of the season was. It wasn't like they were just getting blown out of games and stuff.
Well, that's why we were extra critical at the beginning of the year, Burkinator, because when they were 0-7, I said, this is not an 0-7 team, right? Like that. That's why I was so critical of the coaching staff at the beginning of the year. They've been better, but they had some real like rookie mistakes, growing pains. They've been clearly better, but I'm with you. There's more talent than what the record is. That's why I don't get that wrapped up in the tankathon standings. You don't want to be the Titans. You don't want to be the Saints. You don't want to be the Raiders. Like the Jets are better than these teams. They are. They have more talent already in place. Yes, they all need a quarterback. We understand that, but there's avenues for the Jets to get their quarterback. And if you don't have the right infrastructure for that quarterback we've seen, it doesn't even matter anyway.
I agree 100%. What's your take on, by the way, I know we need another veteran quarterback. I agree with you 100%. I don't think Brady Cook is the answer as of yet. Maybe they can develop him into be a good, solid backup. There's some backup quarterbacks in the league. You mentioned Gardner Minshew. What do you think of this guy, Davis Mills? Do you think he'll be available? Like maybe to
I don't.
grab no.
Yeah, they extended him before the year, so they know what they have. He's a good backup.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, Jake. Well, all the love, my brother. Squish the fish. I'm in Dolphin country. I hate these fucking fans out here. And let's get some revenge. Talk to you.
Let's go. I love it. Great call there from Burkinator.
Who wanna fly with them Jets?
Squish the fish, baby. Cisco Lopez in the house. He gifted 5 channel memberships. Those were the first 5 gifted today. Cisco, you're the man. Man, let's go. If you got a membership from Cisco, I might be able to tell you. Let me scroll. Make sure you thank him. Oh, Cisco gifted himself. How about that? Cisco Lopez received a membership by Cisco Lopez. Papa G also got a membership. Chuck Wagon got a membership. David Crodarius got a membership. And Kevin Neps, 3605, got a membership as well. All right, let's keep it rolling here. We got some more people on the line who want in on the conversation. Venom AD is next. Hello, Venom.
Hey, long time no speak, Jake. I just wanted to give my take on the season and, possibly where we're going. In the beginning of the year, I definitely was not a fan of Aaron Glenn. I mean, I wanted him as our head coach, but I was kind of surprised at the way he was carrying himself. Didn't like the way he handled the Rodgers situation. A lot of negativity in the beginning, but he's won me over at this point. I feel confident that the way the team is still playing their asses off, the way that even like this weekend they did the mic'd up thing with him, and you can hear how he goes and he approaches players and he addresses things immediately on the sidelines. And it's not just the defense. He's talking special teams. He's talking to the offense. Even on one of the clips, he turns to Tanner Angstrom and he's like, Tanner, go get him. We need to get him here.
Hey, Venom, silence your phone. You're scaring the crap out of the audience.
Oh, my bad, brother. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, of all times, my wife decides to text me now. So, my bad.
To quote Rob from Glenhead, women.
Yeah. So I think I'm confident in Aaron Glenn is the guy. Tanner Angstrom has done a great job with his pro personnel moves, which was something Joe Douglas was not very good at. He actually did a pretty good job drafting, considering that he was using Joe's people. But now he's going to have his own people in for this next draft coming. And with that in hand, I honestly think the Jets are going to make a move to get their quarterback. I don't know much about Dante Moore or Ty Simpson. I've seen very little film on them. I like the way Ty Simpson plays his game. He likes to move the ball downfield. Dante Moore's got a very live arm. Man, that ball flies out of his hands. You can see how live it is. But Mendoza, to me, is the most polished out of all of them. I would love to get him, but I have a feeling that's not going to be the situation in this draft. So I think they're probably most likely going to go the route of let's build a team. Let's fill some holes, and let's take our quarterback in 27 in a deeper draft because they got the 3 first-round picks to maneuver. In terms of the bridge quarterback situation, honestly, I don't want Tyrod back. He's an older version of Justin Fields who can throw the ball at times.
He's a better Justin Fields. He's just older.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a better quarterback. He doesn't run like Justin does, but he's
no.
just I'd bring Tyrod back with another veteran and the rookie they're going to draft. It wouldn't just be Tyrod and a rookie, because your fear would be you start Tyrod. Oh, you want the rookie to sit and develop for a little bit. Well, Tyrod could get hurt on the first play of the year, and then what?
Exactly. I mean, something like the way the Giants handled it, getting 2 veterans and letting your rookie just sit back and just kind of absorb things is the way to go. Of what's out there, I mean, I'm not trading for anyone, but I would look at if Jameis Winston is available, if Marcus Mariota is available. You know what? Even if Kyler Murray is available, maybe I don't know really what kind of value he's going to add, to tell you the truth, or even if he really wants to play football anymore. But you got to go. Even Joe Flacco. If Joe Flacco's available, bring him back. He's still capable in some sense, and he's got a ton of freaking knowledge. And just ride it out that way until we get a quarterback in 27. But as far as this season, I'm with you and Joe. Let's keep winning games. I don't care about where we land in the draft. We can move if we have to. Yeah, it may cost more if we drift back down the board, but you got to build a culture of winning somehow, and you can't keep losing games. You got to win games. You got to be in it every week. And these guys are playing their asses off for them. So I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, look, there's definitely been some real improvement, Venom. I think at the end of the day, though, it all comes down to what the plan is at quarterback. There's some things to be encouraged about, no doubt. And I do think there's value in winning games. I understand the tanker people, but I think there's value. They got to figure out quarterback, and they got to figure it out this offseason. You can't wait till 2027. You can't do it. You wait till 2027. There's no guarantee that this head coach and GM will even, one, be able to make those picks, and two, if you wait till 27, right? How many games are the Jets winning next year? 6? 7? How many are they winning this year, right? Let's say they finish with 5. So they have 12 wins through 2 years. They go into year 3 on the hot seat with a rookie quarterback, really? So then what? Make the playoffs with a rookie quarterback, or they're out, and then you have a new coach coming in with a quarterback he didn't pick? I mean, there's risk in that. I mean, the Giants are going to go through that, but Dart's played well enough where I think he'd be an asset for a new coaching staff. But what if that rookie in year 3 of Aaron Glenn flashes some potential, but has a Zach Wilson rookie year? Are we sure that the new coach that would come in 2028 wants that quarter? Like, you can't do it. You got to get the quarterback this offseason. Matt L. writes in, the Cambridge Dictionary has added lack-ative to their 2026 dictionary. Congratulations are in order. Lack-ative? It's just like laxative. I am not following that, but I appreciate the super chat nonetheless. 25 checks in. Trubisky or Minshew as the bridge. Please no Mac Jones or Kyler Murray. I rather Kyler Murray if he's caught than Trubisky. I'm not a Mitch guy. Minshew would just cost you money. Kyler, I'm not trading for. If they release him and they take the dead cap hit and you could get him for nothing, he's at least more of an option. I don't want to trade assets for Mac Jones. And I'm certainly not doing the Jonathan Vilma trading first-round picks. Oh, lack-ative is what B said to the lady on the call. Okay, I'm following now. Got it. I see the chat is giving Bang Mateo a hard time because he didn't want Armand Membu, and he's been the best rookie right tackle in the league. Hey, Bang Mateo, up yours. All right, more of your calls right now. Let's say hello to the great Kyle Clifton.
Yeah, I just had to rush to get back here, Jake. I think someone slipped me a laxative.
I'll tell you what, you had to have been inside today because I was outside briefly earlier. This is like the coldest day yet we've had.
Yes. That's why I'm wearing my very comfy new Asmaniac Heather Black quarter zip.
Oh, also, could I give a little breaking news right now?
Yes.
Justin Fields was just ruled out for Sunday by Aaron Glenn, who's speaking with reporters as we speak. He's got a knee soreness and has been ruled out. Brady Cook is QB2.
Ironically, a soft tissue injury.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're setting the stage for Brady Cook to be the number 2. So then when the Tyrod injury happens, he takes over, but we'll see.
Yeah, collect your money this year and then fresh start somewhere else, right?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm with Ed. My most hated rival, the Dolphins. I hate them all from Richmond Webb to Garo Yepremian was a little bit before my time, but Dan Marino, should die of gonorrhea and rot in hell, as they say. This is a big game for us to win a division game this late in the season and would really add to Glenn's program. This is a good place to start with a team where we haven't really had too much success recently. That's reason enough to watch this Sunday. I don't know if it's reason enough to go, but it's definitely reason enough to watch. I get what you're saying about the quarterbacks and taking them this year, and and I'm totally with you on Moore. He's growing on me a lot. I'm anxiously when I get off this call, going to take a look at Matt Miller's top 50 because he's one of the guys I value. But the one last thing I wanted to kind of say is, with Beast, the worst thing that could probably happen to him is if the U.S. Postal Service moved their customer service operations offshore. So I hope that doesn't happen. But what is Gary doing, treating him as if he's a reliable narrator as far as his mail being delivered? Like, like he's going off on this tangent about like it's a failed state and stuff. It might be one person's experience, and at that, it's Beast, who we know is given to a little bit of hyperbole and anger. So I think before we tear down the entire system, maybe we should just take a step back from the precedent.
Look, how dare you say Beast is not a reliable narrator?
Well, it's just one occasion with the U.S. Postal Service. I hope this isn't something that's happening to Beast on a regular basis. If it is, then I definitely feel some empathy towards him. But anytime you have frustration like that, the solution is always to go bowling by yourself. That's what I tend to do.
That is true. That is true.
I appreciate your time, Jake.
Kyle, great call as usual, as always. Beast going bowling, man. I'm excited to see how he does. Hopefully he calls in this afternoon. Dom C will be our guest this afternoon. It's normally Nick Faria, but for those who have not seen Nick's tweets or saw our post in the Discord, Nick's father unfortunately passed away, so the funeral for Nick's dad is actually today. So Nick will be hopefully back on with us again next week. But obviously, condolences to the Faria family. Sam Masario in the house. He gifted a channel membership. Let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. Sam, I got you in the raffle for one. Black Gypsy says the Patriots are his most hated team. Miami's number 2. For me right now, it's Patriots 1, Bills 2, Miami 3. I don't like any of the AFC's teams, obviously. The Patriots to me are just number 1. I grew up in the Brady Belichick era, right? Like I didn't watch the Jets face Marino. My opinions would be different if it's like my dad who watched the Mud Bowl in '82 in the AFC Championship game, right? AJ Dewey was like a word you couldn't say in the house growing up. He who shall not be named, Lord Voldemort, AJ Dewey. Right? So I hate Miami. I hate Buffalo, but New England is, it's Boston. I hate every Boston team. Yankees, Red Sox as a Yankee fan. Knicks, Celtics. Love the fact that two of the teams I root for in the last calendar year got to eliminate Boston team seasons. The Yankees beat the Red Sox in the playoffs, and the Knicks beat the Celtics. And as an Islander fan, a couple of years ago, when the Islanders were going to back-to-back conference finals, they beat the Bruins along the way. So I despise Boston teams. Then you factor in everything with Belichick and his hatred of the Jets, the feelings mutual. So the Patriots are number one. I think the Patriots are number one historically now because of just how dominant their dynasty was, right? It was a 20-year run. And now they're good again. But obviously, for a longer Jet fan, you remember the Moreno battles. You remember, obviously, even before that, the Mud Bowl and Don Shula not putting the tarp on the field to slow down the Jets' offense, all that. So I get it. Again, just to follow up on the breaking news here, Fields, who has knee soreness, ruled out, according to Glenn. Brady Cook will be the QB2 on Sunday. This sets the stage to me for Brady Cook to play if there's an injury to Tyrod Taylor. I don't think Justin Fields takes another snap for the Jets. I think this clears the runway for Cook to step in should Tyrod go down. Because then, Cook will be active a couple times now. He'll get the reps and practice as the backup. Indy says more hate. Celtics or Pacers? Celtics. They're Boston. I don't like Indiana because they've beaten the Knicks, but my hatred, I don't have a hatred for the city of Indianapolis like I do for all the Boston teams. Let's see. Black Gypsy says Beast is going to bowl a perfect game, of course. Well, we know that Beast can do anything he puts his mind to.
You can kiss my big, big ass. Woo!
Beast. How'd I hear him? I want to bet he's coming back from a bowel movement, if I had to guess.
Wait a minute, I got a chuck roast in my hand. This boy. You know what time it is? See one of these? These are what we call a chuck roast. That's going to be for later. And then for later...
A chuck wagon?
Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, he's too far for me. He'd have to get on his horse and like, riding cowboy all the way, riding cowboy all the way. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna baptize a lot of chicken on Sunday, and I'll throw you one of these. Put a little of this on. Not too much. You put too much on, you're gonna be in the bathroom. You'll be sitting on that toilet going, ah! Yeah, you'll need a fire extinguisher to go up that rear end.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Beast, this was sent to me by a listener here. People are wondering what is on your finger.
This is what we call a penny.
That's a penny on your finger?
That's a penny.
Some are calling it turd finger. Is that not the case?
That's a penny, folks. If you all forgot what pennies look like, pennies are, that little bronze thing. Look at there. There you go. See it right there? There you go.
Okay. But how is it sticking to your finger like that?
Just keep it like that, and if you're magnetic, all you gotta do is do one of these. Ding.
So that's not Nutella?
No, I don't like Nutella. They're not good. I've had them before.
And that's not a turd?
No. That's a penny.
Okay.
And pennies are, we don't, and knowing they're pennies are now extinct now because we've gotten rid of that out of our department.
Hey, Burkinator wants to know, do you have a walk-in freezer in your room?
No, I got a freezer downstairs. That's why later on I'm gonna let this thing get frost for about 7, maybe 8 or 9 hours, and then give this a good old bust. I got you something right here called a
Christmas card.
Yeah, I need gotta send it your way, but I'm gonna need info, but just send it to me on the whatchamacallit, and we'll take it from here. Do it, pew, pew, pew. fast hand, fast cut. And plus, I already got my first 2 set ready to go. I got to go to the post office first thing in the morning and send everything out to everybody. And it's
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
Excellent, Beast. Excellent. Hey, how about this from Frank P? A big super chat.
Who wanna fly with them Jets?
Jake, I received the signed Revis jersey yesterday. Thank you, F. Spencer. We have not heard from Spencer long. I hope he reports back at some point. Frank, I got you in the raffle today for 10 with this. I'm glad the Revis jersey arrived safely. You have assembled quite the man cave, Frank. Thanks for all your support of the show. I'm glad that you got everything in that package safely. Let's get to more of your calls before we wrap up our first show on the day. Again, the raffle at the end of today's program is a rivalry jersey. Pick the player you wanted it. I still think Garrett Wilson's the safest jersey you can own. It's unfortunate that he's actually not playing in this game Sunday. And when Fanatics was nice enough to send me, they were nice enough to send me the rivalry jersey to help promote it. They sent me a Sauce one. And they sent me like the authentic version of it. Like, this is a $190 jersey that they sent me. Like, do I wear this on Sunday still, even though Sauce is not on the team anymore? Now Sauce is hurt. I might still wear this just so I could have this on the post-game show. Jersey, I don't know. It's funny too. And I'm not knocking Fanatics because they've been great to me and we've done some great giveaways with them this season. But I requested Garrett, and they mistakenly sent me Sauce, and I was not going to be like, how dare you send me a free $190 jersey? Send me another one. But then Sauce got traded, so now I'm like, man, I should have spoke up when I had the chance. But these are first world problems. Nate says that he saw at the game last week that the jerseys are $40 at the MetLife team store. The Sauce one specifically, Nate, do they have Quinnen as well? Oregon says just take the nameplate off. Could do that as well. That requires work, though. I'd have to bring it somewhere. I don't want to do that. RJ says, does that jersey have the stitching on the numbers? It does. Yeah. It does have the stitching. Someone wrote, give it to Gorman, Sam. Thought about that. I will say they do look better in person than the images. So we'll see how it looks Sunday when the Jets actually wear it when they play. Let's get to your last couple calls here. Hey, Anthony Lozerato, thanks for the very nice Venmo. He sent me a Venmo, says, thanks for making my drive to Staten Island every day enjoyable. Go Jets. Anthony, I'll make sure that your raffle tickets are applied in the weekly raffle. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple calls left. We got Taylor, then Jordan, and anyone else who wants in. Now's the time. What's up, Taylor?
Jake, how you doing today?
What's up, man? Happy Friday.
Oh, yeah. Is there a reason to go to this game on Sunday? I'm conflicted.
Well, they're playing better. It is the Dolphins, so it's a rivalry game. The weather is cold, but it's not rainy, so it's just easy to wear layers and you'll be fine. I don't know. Do you like going to games? Do you tailgate? Like, there's a reason to go from that.
Oh, yeah. I love going to games.
So, yeah, there's your reason.
I know. The tickets still aren't really that expensive, I assume, just because the stadium's going to be half full per usual. I was actually watching the all-22 of the Falcons game, and I feel like there was offensively there was a lot there. Penalties killed them in that game. The Joe Tippmann ineligible man downfield killed that drive. So I feel like there's a lot of there's some hope for Sunday at least, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go yet. I'm conflicted. And Dante Moore seems to be like the new hot name for everyone because it seems like he's coming out. Does anybody have durability concerns with him in the NFL because of his size?
Has he been hurt in college?
I don't think so, as far as I know, but I think he's like 185 pounds or something.
He's 6'3", 206 pounds, what he's listed at, but who knows what his actual height and weight is.
Yeah, I was I was listening to someone who said that listing number is at least 10 pounds heavier. He's a skinny guy. But
you could add weight though. You could add
Yeah.
you get with an NFL strength program and you could get bigger.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely he gives me like, Caleb Williams vibes the way he throws on the run, and he's got a nice ball for sure. Yeah, that's about all I got today. Go Jets.
Taylor, you let us know if you're going to the game. If anyone has tickets, you let me know. We'll distribute them to Jet fans like Taylor who maybe want to go. Yo Holmes says Sunday's a high of 39. That's not talking about the wind chill. It will be cold as balls at MetLife. Well, what's the wind chill expected to be? The windier, the better for the Jets, by the way. You want that tour flutter ball to be fluttering. PBM in the house. Is Namath an option? Namath can be an option if you prefer that, but they don't have Joe Namath in the rivalry uniform. By the way, remember when Beast sent a 1998 Yankee Champions DVD to Yankee Stadium for Jake Asman? Yeah, Aaron Boone got it, and he was nice enough to put it aside for me to pick up from the hot dog stand I always go to when I went to a game this year, Mike. It was tremendous. Common Country says, Brian Branch torn Achilles. I saw that. He was a guy that some thought maybe the Jets could trade for because I think it was Wilpa. He's like, the Lions can't pay everyone. And he'd be going into his fourth year, so they'd either trade him or lose him potentially in free agency the following year. Well, scratch that one. The guy I think the Jets are going to sign is Alex Anzalone. He's a linebacker. Glenn and him were really close in Detroit. Anzalone loved him. He's an older player. He's over 30, but he fills a need. He's a leader. They need some veteran leadership on that defense. Glenn needs some of his guys. I think it was a big mistake he didn't get any of his guys this past offseason. He kept a lot of the solid guys and thought he can coach them up, and that has backfired. See Jamie and Sherwood, for example. Tony Adams, some of that. I think they're going to sign Alex Anzalone. Caleb says, can we talk quarterback draft? Have you been watching the show the last couple months? I mean, we've been talking quarterback and draft for months already. This team started 0-7. This is from October 5th on my post-game show after the Jets got destroyed by Dallas. We've been talking quarterbacks for months.
Jets have the number 1 pick in the draft, and they do not take Lenore Sellers. They are on absolute drugs. I don't want to trade back. You draft the number 1 quarterback in the draft. I'm sorry, you just do. You don't trade back a bunch of times. I know this team does not have a lot of talent or a lot of depth. You do not trade that pick. Absolutely, you do not. You take the player, but you have to take the quarterback there. You just have to. If you have an opportunity to get the number 1 quarterback in the draft, you take him. I don't think they will trade back. I actually think that Sellers is the best.
Well, I'll tell you what, we could do this. We could do this in April, but you're already criticizing moves that haven't even happened. So I don't feel like really debating.
I would be very disappointed if this team trades back if they have the number 1 pick.
If they got a fortune and they're picking number 1, I don't think it's a lock. You take a quarterback.
I would not.
You could still take a quarterback and move back.
No, I would take the number 1 quarterback.
Great. Classic Allen. Classic Allen being Allen, folks. That's what he does. It's freezing in my apartment, by the way. I had to grab this windbreaker I had. Let's see. Taylor in the raffle for 2. Hopefully someone good takes number 1, Jake. And you could change the name. Also, never realized Beast has hair. What locks on that man? Hopefully someone good takes number. Oh, you're talking. What do you mean? Hopefully someone good takes number 1. Am I missing that? Please explain, Taylor. As far as your second point, Beast is fantastic. RJ says, Allen is so full of bleep. He said no one excites him this year. Yeah, I mean, Allen's changed his opinion a million times already. Hence my point on the quarterbacks. Oh, the jersey number 1. I see what you're saying. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, hopefully someone good does take number 1 going forward. And then we'll change the rivalry jersey with that nameplate. Yes, Allen's opinions, they only vary based on what will further hurt the Jets' chances of being successful. By now, you people should realize this, but some of you don't, which is kind of pathetic. A year ago, Garrett Nussmeier was the top 10 pick to Allen. This is my whole point on waiting on quarterback. You can't wait. You get a guy, you build around that guy, and you hope you got it right. This was Dan Orlovsky the day after this past year's draft. Talking about how loaded this year's quarterback class is going to be. There's one name here that if he comes out, I think he will, and Dante Moore, that actually lived up to the hype. All these other names here, none of them are first-round picks. None of them. Where's Ty Simpson on this list? I don't see him. He's going in the first round if he declares. Where's Fernando Mendoza, who's the Heisman Trophy favorite right now? I don't see him here. You see my point? Wait till 2027. Yeah, that's a great plan. Jet Fan Diary says, love the show, Jake. Enjoy the characters you bring on daily. Well, thank you, Jet Fan. I appreciate that. J Quest writes in, Jake, I've watched 1,083 of your videos this year. Some say it's a disease. I say it's Asmania. I didn't even know I did 1,083 videos this year. But J Quest, you're one of the OGs, man. We appreciate you. You guys are the best, man. Imagine trying to do a daily show for 4 hours a day about a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 15 years. Only this community is capable of doing it. It's amazing. More of your calls. We got some legends still to go. Jordan is next. Hello, Jordan.
What's up, Jake? That's why we're the best fans, Jake, because we support this team through thick and thin. Wins, loss, great teams, bad teams, it doesn't matter. But a couple things that I wanted to say today is, people act like this team is like a team from like 6-7 years ago when we had absolutely nobody, no talent, no core pieces, no Breece Hall, Jermaine, anybody you can name on this team right now. Like, this team has decent players and some core guys we can kind of build around with Garrett and Breece and Jermaine and Will, but when's the last time we could honestly say, like, from the last game that this team has won on all three levels of the field? Offense, defense, and special teams. Now, they may not be great at all three, but they were able to make just enough plays to be able to win the game on Sunday. So can they follow that up with more consistency, make one or two more plays to be able to win this game on Sunday? That's what I'm looking for, because like I said earlier in the week, I just want to see more consistency out of this team. I want to see this team win. I want to see this team, just go out and prove themselves that they are winning players, and that they want to win and they're here to build for the future. A couple things that I wanted to say is, if we're so up in the air about the quarterbacks in the draft, maybe we should go back to the idea of trading for maybe a younger veteran. I wouldn't say veteran, but a younger, more proven quarterback. You guys were talking about trading for CJ Stroud. The Texans seem willing to, I wouldn't say willing to trade him, but they know how to trade and make moves, and if that's the case after this year, next year, why not? Why not throw an offer out there? Just something like that I think would be a good idea, because I think just relying on a rookie and trying to have a bridge, it's only going to get us so far, So I just think that maybe it is a better idea to just trade for a quarterback.
Well,
So
you got to determine who that guy is and what's the ceiling of that guy, or like why is that guy available? Because think about it. Every team needs a quarterback. So why would some of these teams trade you their quarterback? What would then be their plan? Like, why are they getting rid of some of these guys?
Well, let's say the Texans don't make the playoffs this year, right? Let's say they lose the rest of their games and they don't make the playoffs. And then next year, they start off bad again because their O-line sucks. So, quarterback gets to win.
I'm waiting till next year to trade for CJ Stroud if he's ever available. They're not going to trade you CJ Stroud.
It's just an example, but like even quarterbacks that have
there's no good example. Like you going to tell me Mac Jones is who you want to like trade picks for to bring in?
Nah, Mac Jones isn't good.
Do you want Trevor Lawrence? I don't think he's that good.
It's not that he's that good, but we need somebody to just come in and stabilize the ship for
but he's making $55 million. I can't if he's not able to help this team win games and elevate guys, he's not worth it at that salary.
I agree with that, but also
There is nobody. Find me the team that won a championship by trading for a young quarterback in their prime. You've had guys at the end of their career change teams.
Yeah, but Jake, we're looking for somebody to come in and stabilize the ship right now and just
Right, but who's that guy? You got to tell me who that guy is, Jordan.
I mean, like I said, I don't.
Stroud's not being traded. He's not, so you could forget that. If you told me Joe Burrow, I'm with you. I don't think they're going to deal him, and I find it hard to believe he'd waive his no trade to come to the Jets.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying, at least call around and see what these teams are thinking.
I think they will, but you're not. But you're not giving me a name, right? Like call around, great. They'll call around, and then what? They're not going to be able to get a veteran quarterback that has any viable long-term future for them. So the next thing to do is to do what every other team in the league has been able to do to have sustained success. They drafted and then developed their quarterback.
Right. So, all right. So what about Jordan Love? He has a contract, and
why would they trade him?
He hasn't won anything in the playoffs. He hasn't won a playoff game yet. Everybody says that about Lamar.
But why would they trade him though? Okay, he hasn't won a
because
he has won a playoff
history
game.
of drafting and of developing quarterbacks. And if they don't feel he's the guy to be able to win, why would?
But they do feel he's the guy. They gave him a huge contract.
But I'm saying yes. But he only signed a 2 to 3 year deal, right? That's what it was.
He's under contract for several more years, and they're not going to get rid of him. Right now, they're in the mix to win the division.
I agree with that, but. Again, he still hasn't won a playoff game as good as he's been.
He has won a playoff game. Stop saying that. He has won a playoff game.
You're right. But he still hasn't been.
They just traded for Micah Parsons. Why would they trade Jordan Love? They're all in to win. They traded 2 1s to get Micah. They're all in right now to win games.
Yeah, that take is a little crazy, but it was just a thought. You know,
but dude, you don't. But here's the thing: you could say that, right? Oh, let's get the guaranteed quarterback we know is good because you're afraid of the Jets drafting a bust, and I understand that. I don't think that option exists, though. You have to just understand that there's a risk involved in drafting any rookie. Hopefully they get it right finally. We're certainly due.
Right. But we also have 5 first-round picks. So what team, if you offered 3 of them, what team would really deny that for a 24, 25-year-old player?
Again,
that hasn't won anything like CJ Stroud.
And the Texans are not trading CJ Stroud. Why would they trade CJ? What is their plan at quarterback? Davis Mills?
So I agree, but then they have the picks to be able to decide that. And
right. They have the picks. Great. The picks don't matter if you don't have the quarterback. Okay, so they have picks. Great. Do we know they think Fernando Mendoza or any of the quarterbacks that they possibly would be in range to get if they did this deal with the Jets are better than what they currently have? They're a win-now team. DeMeco Ryans is in his 3rd season there. So he's going to take a step back and start a rookie next year when his job would be on the line? Potentially.
I mean, they've already taken a step back because they traded CJ Stroud's best offensive lineman to the Commanders.
But they haven't necessarily taken a step back because this year is not done with yet. They've won a playoff game the last 2 years. They're fighting for the division right now. Their O-line has not been great this year, but it wasn't great last year. That was part of the reason they traded Tunsil. They thought he was a declining player. They got some assets for him, and they drafted some guys they think could eventually be cheaper options long-term. Was it the right move? I didn't like it at the time, but I don't think because they traded Tunsil, that means they're going to punt on a 25-year-old young quarterback who's won a playoff game his first 2 years in the league.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also you got to understand that their GM he's a betting man. You know, that's why he traded Deshaun Watson and got the picks to be able to get.
He traded Deshaun Watson because Deshaun Watson requested a trade, was going to make a big stink of it, and was not going to ever play for them again. And then you had all these lawsuits, which basically killed any chance of him ever playing in Houston again. That's what happened there. I was doing afternoon radio when everything went down with Deshaun. They traded him, and they got 3 first rounds for him, 3 first-round picks for him. And part of those picks turned into CJ Stroud and Will Anderson in the same draft.
I'm not denying that. I was just trying to make the point of I just think
I agree with your point, Jordan. If there was a quarterback that made sense, there's no one out there that you could tell me is going to be traded that the Jets could pounce on. We discussed Burrow as a possibility.
So why do we keep bringing it up and talking about it then?
Because people want to find the answer at quarterback. It's the most important position in sports. It's the biggest problem the Jets have had in their history. Not having sustained quarterback play has been the biggest reason why they have won Super Bowl in their history. We get that. So that's why we bring it up. But you have yet to name me a quarterback that is realistically going to be traded this offseason. And I hope I'm wrong. If Jordan Love became available, I don't need to wait till 2038 for him to be the Jet quarterback. I'll get him now. I don't think that's possible.
That's what I'm saying, though. If we know these guys aren't going to be available, then why even bring up their names? Let's just stick to the guys that we know.
You're bringing up their names. I'm not bringing them up. Callers bring them up. like, and I'm saying, okay, one, why would that team trade that team? And then two, how, like, what trade package would you put together? And some of the trade packages that people have suggested were horrific.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't want to necessarily trade more players. I would want to just try to trade picks and maybe a player.
Of course. But again, you're not giving me any reason why the Green Bay or Houston or any of these teams would trade their bona fide franchise quarterback.
I agree. But the reason why I said Green Bay, because I thought Jordan Love only signed a 2-year deal. That's why.
He's under contract for multiple more years, and they're never going to let a guy that replaced Aaron Rodgers go unless they have a clear upgrade at the position, which you're not getting any guarantee of an upgrade. Even if you have all these draft picks, you still need a quarterback. Jordan Love signed a 4-year, $220 million extension in July of 2024. He's going nowhere.
Yeah, no, he's not. Okay. Another thing I wanted to say is I don't think it's a good idea for the Jets to draft a cornerback in the first round either. From off of that mock draft from yesterday, I think that would be stupid. Why would we have 3 young guys that are more than capable, able to play. I don't think corner is that desperate of a need to go and have to draft a corner in the first round.
I agree. And I don't think they're going to take a corner in the first round. I think that mock from Matt Miller, or not Matt Miller, from Dane Brugler was not accurate and won't end up being accurate in late April. There'll be a million mocks. The Jets aren't going to be necessarily picking at 23. That pick could be traded to move up to number 1 to get Mendoza or Moore or Simpson by then. Who knows? There's too many variables. One thing I promise you, though, Jordan Love will not be a Jet until 2038 at the earliest. That's what history shows us. And 2, CJ Stroud will not be traded by the Texans. Believe me. Hey, Jet Up 24 in the house. So a funny story about Jet Up. He's been emailing me, a guy named Anthony. Years ago, he created a troll account, BYU fan, not the original BYU fan for those who have been long-time viewers of the show. But he was trying to mess with me, and I banned him because I got rid of all BYU fans. So he's been able to watch the show but not comment, and he sent me like his YouTube thing that he's in like the 0.1% of viewers on the show. But this is the first time he's been able to comment or gift a membership in 3 years. So Jet Up, welcome back. I'm glad you told me. I had to go dig up your actual name, and it took a while, but we figured it out, and I appreciate your raffle entries. You're in for 5. Let's go.
It's up to you, New York. New York.
Jet Up in for 5. And then Moneybags Gorman. He gifted some memberships yesterday, but now a 5 spot from Charles. Hey now. Charles is now in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. And speak of the devil, last couple calls left. We have a Mad Max appearance coming your way, but right now we have a Gorman.
Hey, Charles! You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. Hey, Charles! I'm not saying that Lowski takes steroids. I need some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
Hey, Jake, how are you, buddy?
Hello, Charles.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Great. I'm just at my program, just giving you a call, see how you were doing. Look, as for some of these mock drafts, I'm not really worried about the draft right now. Let's wait till the season ends, then we can worry about the draft. That's how I feel. I think a lot of these, people expecting the Jets to trade for a drafted cornerback in the first round. I don't think we really need much of a corner. I mean, we got Azarie Thomas. We got Brandon Stevens for a couple more years. We got Jarvis Brownlee. Hopefully he comes back this upcoming week versus the Dolphins. I mean, he's played well for us despite getting penalized quite a bit.
Now, can I ask you a question, Charles? You said you're not worried about the draft. Is that because your team doesn't have their first round pick the next 2 years?
No, I'm just don't really worry about mock drafts.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think
You
of
look
what
like
else.
you look like you got a nice clean shave going there.
Well, my facial hair is growing back, so I'm going to shave it again at some point.
You kind of got that Peter Griffin looking angle right now.
I appreciate that. all I just want to say is I may hold on a minute.
Talk to me, Chuck.
I just want to say thank you for somewhat helping me yesterday with my situation.
I'm always here to help you, Charles. Big fella says, Charles, stop spending your money. Just announce the Colts, pledge your allegiance to the Jets, and we can all go forward.
I pretty much denounced the Colts yesterday, so I guess I'm really a Jets fan at heart. Have a good day, everybody. I'll probably see you on the second show, okay?
Charles, you're a star. We believe in you, Charles.
Thank you. J-O-B, job.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Gorman. He had a chance to denounce the fandom. And he said, I sort of did yesterday. So we're making progress, folks, but still not, I think, what the chat wants in its entirety. Big fella, well said. M123 is using his free super chat you get when you're a channel member every month. Dumb question, but trying to understand how good, bad this draft is. Where do you think Chad and Sanchez would rank? That's a great question. I couldn't even tell you. Chad was drafted 25 years ago. So I don't know. He sat for 3 years too, which never happens today. Sanchez, I mean, he was thought to be a top prospect. The knock on Sanchez was he didn't play a lot of games in college. He was a one-year starter. Pete Carroll was trying to get him to go back to school. He was very upset when Sanchez left. Sanchez is like Ty Simpson because Ty Simpson's going to have the least amount of starts of any of the guys. It's a great question. I think it's impossible to truly answer that one. Dave Brigger writes in, Charles steps to bring him back in the fold. Tom A says, Charles, say, I declare I'm a Jets fan. That's the next step. We'll get him to do that. Charles is one of us, man. Indy Jet says, Charles, you're worth my 18-month super chat. Welcome back. Yeah, Indy. Well done. Well done. By the way, in the last 2 days, I've taken a call from a guy who tried to get the Jets to get, what was it, Cam Ward yesterday? What was that call? There was a crazy call yesterday about trading for quarterbacks, and then we just had that one from Jordan. Oh, it's that time of the year, baby. All right, let's get to more of your calls right now, shall we? Joining us right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is...
If Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets, that boy, he's jamming. He's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stop yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
Jake, can you hear me?
Nope.
Let's talk about the 10 small wins in the ESPN article that you covered yesterday. So I think some of the wins are good. Like we use Breece Hall, we have more of an identity. But the only reason we have that identity is because, like the part about the identity, we have a rushing identity is because, Justin Fields is only good at rushing. I feel like the offense now at Tyrod's a lot more balanced. And then I feel like some of the main takeaways, I think there are some good takeaways, but like some of them, like Aaron Glenn's getting better. He's slowly getting better, but do you trust him still as that coach, Jake, or do you still trust all of Glenn's decisions, or not really?
I mean, I think he's improved. I wouldn't say that I'm bought in that he's going to be the coach that, ends the playoff drought, but I do like the fact he's gotten better and the team plays hard for him. I do think that matters.
That's what I like as well about Glenn. At least the players are still playing hard. I thought, after the Sauce and Quinton deals, it's going to be a tank year. It's going to be terrible. We're still playing hard for Glenn, hopefully we play competitive against the Dolphins. I mean, the last couple of games have been competitive. That's like some small wins, or as we like to call them in Jets land, the moral victories.
Man, Max, what's on the agenda tonight? You getting after it?
Oh man, I was just at a party last night, Jake.
You were at a party on a Thursday night, a little thirsty Thursday?
little Thursday at Frat. You know, I was Nick Shine on the line?
No, he's not.
He's not? Because I was actually on the Nick Shine show while at the Frat party. Nick Shine.
Well, you went on the Nick Shine show live from the Frat party. Did that help you get
yes,
copious
sir.
amounts of ladies?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I was actually on the live on the Nick Shine show at a frat party. So very fun, Jake. The frat party was very fun. So what have you been up to, Jake? You just what are you up to for the weekend? You going to the Jets game?
What were you drinking at the frat party, Mad Max?
There's a little beer, a little bit of blackout water, but I went to some frat called Sigma Pi, and I just went there because I know all the brothers there, Jake. So
Did you walk in and where they were like, Mad Max, let's go?
They don't even know. I mean, they all know me, but they don't know on the Jake Asman show. But
when you walked in,
they should start calling me Mad Max at that party. Like, come on.
I heard you were just funneling beers last night.
I had maybe a beer and a blackout water. That's it, Jake. But I was there like 2:00 last night. I was there late. Jake.
Hey, for those who don't know what blackout water is, Mad Max, can you explain?
It's just like a little beer, whatever alcohol the Frats put in. It's like I just roll a little blackout water. I don't even know.
You drank the beer that they give to ladies to get them drunk. Is that what I'm understanding?
I just get the beer there. That's from the keg, Jake.
I see. Now, Mad Max, how old are you?
20. I'll be 21 in 2 months.
Oh, so it sounds like there's some illegal activities going on here.
Nah, I was just at a frat party, not the bar. But in 2 months, Jake, I'll be at the bar. You know me. You know me. You know me, Jake.
Are there big time bars in your college town that you look forward to going to?
Oh man, Landmark's like everyone goes to Landmark. It's a very packed college bar. All the college kids go there, Jake.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Before I leave, I'll do the Jets chant for everyone. J-E-T-S.
Hey, hold on. Your mic got cut off. We couldn't hear you. Do it again.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
Hey, we're having a hard time hearing you, Max. You got to be louder.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
Hey, I think we got a connection issue, Max. One more time. Let's see if we can get this.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
Oh, okay. Just rebooted. One more time. We should have it now.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
The chat is saying they can't hear you again, Max.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Great job, Mad Max. Great job. Your poor roommates. Ryan says, morning, Jake. I was wondering how many times Alan got effed by that guy. It's a great question. Let me ask him.
That guy fucked me twice.
Alan, you want to call in? All right, last chance here. We have the raffle coming up. A lot of you are in it. You got to be in it to win it. It's a rivalry jersey. Don't pick a Sauce Gardner one. He's not on the team anymore. We're presented by Ridge Wallets. Get yourself a Ridge wallet. Holiday season's here. Ridge should be the gift that you get. I got mine right here. They sent me the black one. My Jet one is expected to arrive soon, so I'm looking forward to that. They have every MLB team, every NFL team, a bunch of your favorite colleges. So, look, if you need a gift for a family member, a friend, loved one, Ridge wallet. Enough said. Look at the sleek design. Look at the comfortability. You can fit debit cards, credit cards. You got room for an AirTag in there. They also have other products like the key holder. They also have luggages and suitcases in their incredible materials. Promo code Asman. Check it out for yourself. Go to ridge.com and you can see all the different designs, different products they have for you. You can get up to 47% off. They got a sale going right now. And I'm telling you, you're going to want to take advantage. Again, that's ridge.com/Asman and use that promo code at checkout. All right, last chance to be in on the show. We are currently counting some raffle entries. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the raffle and before I finish counting the entries, I see a man that's on hold who looks like he's in a great deal of pain. What exactly is happening?
I got gas right now. Are we ready for the raffle?
No, not yet. You looked like you were in some pain there, Beast. Everything okay?
Yeah, just a little back. It'll be all right. Yeah. In the words of Grandpa Joe, he's descendant from Willy Wonka. Don't worry, he'll be all right.
Grandpa Joe's a fraud. The second that Charlie showed up.
Joe was in the movie Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory.
No, he's a fraud. Grandpa Joe, the second that Charlie showed up with the golden ticket, that lazy bastard got right out of bed, and he went from not being able to move and walk to all of a sudden he's running all over the place.
Well, that was a good musical movie. That was very surprising, but it still won an Academy Award for Best Movie at 71. And unlike others, but before that,
Willy Wonka won the Best Picture?
Hey, 71. It was a good movie. Gene Wilder played a great role in that movie.
I know it was a great movie, but Willy Wonka won the I think it got nominated.
And you know what else was a great movie? The Odd Couple, 68. Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau was the funniest guy in that movie, but you know what's funny? He was the only cheapskate that didn't want to fix his refrigerator. He was like, did you want brown sandwiches? Did you want green sandwiches? I went, what? How the hell did you eat that stuff? That didn't make any sense. But unfortunately, we will be fine next year. We got a couple more weeks left. We got 5 more games. We're going to be just fine. We're going to finish out the season just fine. But come next year, we're gonna cook big. We're gonna cook hard, and we're gonna get ready for a lot of things. Got the World Cup coming up. That's gonna be a big doozy. We're gonna have the NFL draft in Pittsburgh. That's gonna be a big surprise. We might just see some big surprises come our way.
Also, Willy Wonka never won an Oscar, Beast. I'm checking. It got nominated for Best Music Scoring Adaptation and Original Song Score. It wasn't even nominated for the Best Picture.
That sounds odd, but I've read the book in 3rd grade. It was really odd because when you're a 3rd grader and you're reading all these other weird books and you're going, oh my god, this is amazing. And then,
hey, you want to hear something interesting about Gene Wilder?
Throw me one.
A friend of mine who I went to college with lived in the same neighborhood as Gene Wilder growing up, and Gene Wilder wouldn't give out candy on Halloween.
That's odd. Well, hey,
Willy Wonka didn't give out candy on Halloween.
That is the weirdest thing, but well, you know what someone once said? When you get up to certain ages, like 60s and your 70s, some people like to, start setting their ways. You've heard that old expression, once they start setting their ways, they don't turn back.
I've heard that said expression.
Yeah, that does happen to a lot of people these days. But that's the world for you. But it's a weird world we live in nowadays. Well, are we ready?
Not yet.
But I'm gonna say this: we're gonna be just fine next year. We got the draft coming up. We got a lot of basketball coming up. Hey, how about them Knicks, huh? They're looking hot this year. I like that. And how about them Rangers? They're looking good. And how about your boys, those Islanders? How they doing?
They're looking great. They just beat the Avalanche and Lightning back-to-back games.
There you go. Well, hey, a lot of good things are coming. You know what? Someone once said, good things do come in small packages. And
did they say that?
Yeah. Wait, someone once said also these words too. Yeah, that's what she said.
Also, Beast, have you thought about the fact you're holding a mic that is clearly not plugged in?
Don't worry. Well, in the words of certain people, don't worry. We'll take care of that.
I see.
There she goes. But all right, we're going bowling this afternoon. I know which ball I want. It's either I'm going to want the.
Hey, what pound bowling ball do you use when you bowl?
13 or 14. Hey, 13 and 14 is fine with me. I can work with that. I can't work with a 16. 16's like, it's like you're carrying a camping bag. I'll tell you, man, what a year. What a strange year we've had.
Hey, super chat from Lou B. Could Dak leave, not for the Jets, but another team? I don't think the Cowboys are trading Dak.
No. Dad, I don't know about that guy. That track guy, I don't know.
All right, get me to the raffle, Beast. Here we go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to spin the Wheel of Champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, the prizes are epic. Today, it's a rivalry jersey, as the Jets will be wearing those uniforms Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And as usual, Black Gypsy said, I'm in on this raffle. He just gifted a membership here. Mr. Gypsy, thank you. Back to the raffle music, please. Okay. Need to make sure we add the Gypsy Man to this raffle here. All right. Again, good luck to everyone who entered. Should you win, please email me your name, your address, the jersey of the player you wanted him. Right? So I need the player. If you want Brees, if you want Garrett, Jermaine Johnson. And we'll make sure that we get it sent your way. All right. Good luck to everyone. Thank you to everyone who supports these raffles. They're fun. Keep the show afloat. And people win cool stuff, which is great. Here we go. Your winner for this morning's daily raffle is... How about it? Jet Up 24, the guy who had not been able to comment in 3 years, had not been able to gift in 3 years. He's your winner. That's awesome. Jet Up, shoot me an email. Respond to the email thread we've been on, and we will get that jersey ordered for you this weekend. Let's go.
Who wanna fly with them Jets?
Yeah, buddy. All right, Jet Up, congratulations. He's watching the show live. He says, let's go. He can finally comment. I kid you not. This guy, Anthony's his name. He sent me a thing. He's in the 0.1% of viewers for the year. He hasn't been able to comment in 3 years. I don't know what took so long for him to let me know this, but we figured it out. So congrats. We'll get you your jersey ordered this weekend. Great story there. All right, we're back this afternoon. Dom C's going to join us. If you guys have questions about quarterbacks, the draft, he's the guy. Dom's a good friend. He'll be on the channel a lot over the next couple of months here. It's Dom C season, as we joke. So we'll check in with him, talk more Jets, Dolphins, see what else happens today in the world of the New York Jets, because there's always something going on. But on that note, I say farewell, and I leave you all with a clip that will, I don't know, maybe bring you back some memories of old. A blast from the past, if you will. JETS, 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 Jets. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 2024, we are all aboard. Choo-choo, the Lane train. Hello, Lane. Happy New Year.
So I had a nice beer last night, and then, yeah, so it was nice. Who do you think will make it to the NFC Championship game? Do you have the Dolphins, or do you have the Broncos make it this year?
I think you mean
the Jets are not going to make it.
No, they're not.
That's terrible. Yeah, Quinn Williams, Bruce Hall, and who's number 55 on the Jets also?
I don't know.
Do you think Hackett would take the job going into next year if Zala will not stay? He stinks. I mean, how do you feel?
Lane, thank you for the call. A lot there, Nick. Is there anything that stood out that you want to respond to? Do you think the Dolphins are going to play the Broncos in the NFC title game? Real quick, your thoughts on the Jets' best player on Thursday, running back Bruce Hall.
He's a great player, man. Give me Bruce Hall, 100%.
What a call by Lane, the Lane train, man. We head out to the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline, and we bring on the Lane train.
Hi. I feel the same way about the Jets. They play the hardest, but I have a question. I saw the play, and you know what happened? He blocked it. I also have to say, how do you feel about Elijah Morse? Do you think they should keep him next year, or do you build it up for who to have for next year? I feel upset about the game tonight. I know they tried hard. I watched it. There's nothing really you could do. But, yeah, I'm just sitting in my room thinking why they did not win. And I heard the last caller, she was upset also. There was, like, drinking. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Happy New Year, Lane.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.